What's up, guys? It's your boy JC here. I'm continuing with my series on why and why not certain teams will win the World Cup and why those teams will win the World Cup. Continuing the series, it's a bit of a contradictory video. I'm just doing this for fun. I'm basing this video on the mighty All Blacks. Okay, why they won't win the World Cup, and then I'm going to go to why they will win the World Cup. Okay, let's start this one off like I've been starting off the previous 3 videos on why the All Blacks will definitely not win the World Cup. Okay, I'm going to start this off with the obvious. This is one of the worst All Black teams since the year 1998. In the year 1998, the All Blacks actually did not win a single game in the Tri-Nations. Okay, so I don't think you will ever find an All Black team that's weaker than that one, but this comes pretty close due to the record. They have lost a Test series in Ireland. They also lost back-to-back games against the Irish. They also drew against England in recent times at the end of last year. They've underperformed against the Japanese towards the end of last year. They've also had their second worst defeat against the Springboks, given that is over a year ago. But, I'm just busy putting it out there. They've also lost 2 games against Argentina, so on and so forth. Look, the All Blacks did come back towards the set. They're still yet to lose a match. But still, to me, this looks like the worst All Black team since 1998. Okay? Which brings me to the second reason. Since the year 2007, the All Blacks have not won a Rugby Championship or a Tri-Nations in a World Cup year. Okay? In actual fact, South Africa is the only team in the Southern Hemisphere now that have won their Rugby Championship and the World Cup in the same year. We've achieved that special rare feat in the year 2019, which is why I say it's going to stay, that we're the only team to achieve that feat, and why the All Blacks will not achieve that this year. Okay, because it is a difficult one. Okay. Thirdly, although the All Blacks are the only team that have won back-to-back World Cups in 2011 and 2019, the All Blacks do generally not show up in the big games of the World Cup. Okay? They don't. They either get knocked out by the French, get knocked out by Australia, get knocked out by England. The list goes on and on and on. Okay? The same will happen as the All Blacks face the French in the World Cup opener. They don't really have a tough pull after they're facing the French. Then they have a potential quarterfinal against South Africa and Ireland or Scotland. Okay? The gap which brings me to the next one. The gap between their tough opener against France and the quarterfinal may or may not play against the All Blacks. Okay? It has been proven time and again that teams that are not tested. Look, this All Black team, they had tough fixtures. They haven't had a single easy game this year. Okay? But in the World Cup, it has been proven time and again that teams that are not tested in their pool do not win the World Cup. Okay? Now we go and change. You can flush all that garbage that I just spoke now down the drain and get rid of it, because I'm going to tell you now why the All Blacks definitely will win the World Cup. Let's start with the fact that the All Blacks are, for the first time, I think in history, not the outright favourites to win the World Cup. There are 3 other teams that actually are alongside them as favourites. That consists of the host France, the number 1 team in the world Ireland, and the Springboks. So the All Blacks, for a change, are not the outright favourites, which you almost get the idea that they are flying under the radar. It's very rare that the outright favourites end up winning the World Cup. which is why the All Blacks will win this World Cup. Which brings me to the All Blacks have depth at number 10. You have Beauden Barrett, okay, Rich Mo'unga, your first choice. Number 10, you have Beauden Barrett, Jordie Barrett, Damon McKenzie. 4 players that can play at number 10 position. If you remember, going back to the 2011 World Cup, the All Blacks actually won the World Cup with their, I don't even know how much 10s they've used. Okay, but they've won the World Cup with, I think, a 3rd or 4th strength number 10. Stephen Don played in the final. Okay, so they have that depth again at number 10. Then the All Blacks will be battle hardened. If you look at the All Blacks' last few fixtures, right? Let's just go by this here. They've had Argentina, a strong Argentina. Then they played a Bok team. Then they played the Aussies twice. Okay, now they're playing South Africa on Friday. Then they've had the World Cup opener against France. That is 6 big games in a row. Now that is what a World Cup generally is. 6 or 7 big games consecutively. And they've won. Okay, look, I don't know the result for okay, the All Blacks have the All Black and the Bok game is still coming up, and the World Cup hasn't opened yet. But if they win their next 2 fixtures, they've won 6 of their last 6 big games. Okay, which is basically your World Cup calendar, right? Which also brings me to the next point. They had tough games heading into this World Cup. I don't have to touch on that point twice because that is actually a repetition on the previous point. Okay. The French World Cup opener. Right. If you look at the 2007 World Cup, Argentina shocked the French. Not once but twice. In the opener and the 3rd and 4th place playoff. Argentina only lost 1 game in that World Cup, which was the semi-final against the Springboks. Okay, but it has been shown that opener against the French is actually a good omen. Okay, so the All Blacks play the opener against France. Win or lose, you know what? Your next fixtures consist out of Italy, Namibia, and so on and such forth. Okay, I just need to have a look at the pools again, but you get where I'm going with this. And then they have a potential quarterfinal against South Africa, in Ireland, or Scotland, or even Tonga. You can have a Tonga in that category as well. Okay? Which brings me to the next point. So All Blacks are currently, for a change, actually peaking at the right time. They didn't peak in 2020. They didn't peak in 2021. They didn't peak in 2022. But they've had a damn good showing at the year 2023. The year of the World Cup. Okay. And lastly, the All Blacks are actually strong at every area of the pitch. Forwards, backline, kicking, you name it, the All Blacks are strong at those points. Okay, they managed to nullify literally every single game plan that has been thrown at them. And I think that is what the All Blacks are going to go into. That is encouragement that the All Blacks can take into this World Cup against a French team that has been underperforming in these warm-ups. Now, please, let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you all, peace out, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Cheers.